All right, welcome to TFDD Whiskey. I'm Max.
I'm Tushar.
I'm Braydon.
And this episode is going to be one where we're trying to give a recommendation on Valentine's Day. Now, this day, trust me, to me it's complicated because if my wife asked me what I wanted for Valentine's Day with bourbon, I don't have a real answer. But I think we can give you some steps to take in order to make a good decision if your significant other is into bourbon, right? So the first thing I broke this down into 3 steps. So the first step being understanding where your significant other is in their journey, right? Now we can all agree. There's people that are noobs, people that are way deep into it, right here, down here, deep into it, right? And there's people all in between. So it's important if you're going to give a bourbon related gift to understand where they are so it kind of makes sense. Now,
I think I agree with that. I would start with if I was giving a gift to someone who I knew is new to bourbon. Let's start with that. Let's go around the room and start with that one. If I knew a friend or my girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever significant other is, if you are giving them a bourbon related gift and they just started into it in the last couple of months, they've been getting some bottles, they have 3-5 bottles, they've been to a distillery they've been talking about. I think a very good gift is kind of just depend again what your budget is a subscription to a site that can give them samples.
ooh,
I like that.
that's a great
Or
suggestion.
or sometimes people are like, oh, whiskey is now getting a lot of online shipping, so you sometimes don't have to go. And ask around, see people around your friends, your spouse's friends, what are they into, what are they doing, and through them ask which websites have because I know Sealbacks, I know Bourbon Outfitter. You pay them $200 a year and all your shipping is free, and sometimes they do special bottles that are only for those members. And that is kind of a gift that, it's not a bottle that he or she may not like, it's just something that they can use throughout the year. And that is valid for people who are way deep into it too. That gift serves both purpose. You pay 100, 200, whatever your situation is, 500, there are different, Flaviar does it. There's so many subscriptions now that you can just blind box does some stuff. Those are cool gifts. If you're really not sure about what to give as a bourbon, I would just say bourbon accessories, something related to that. Think about something in your world that if you are really deep into painting, what comes with painting? If you're really deep into cooking, what's there with cooking? Something related to that. You can jam up, see some recipes, which bourbon is used for what, cocktails, different kinds of cocktail accessories, bar accessories. Depends on what you're going for, but I would start there. Because I can't say one particular thing. I can't say just buy that and be good. We're not sponsored by anyone, and I don't have 100% saying buy that bottle, he'll be happy or she'll be happy.
Yeah.
So those are the ideas I could give you. Start there.
Yeah, Braydon, you have any from your perspective, kind of when it comes to the understanding where your significant other is in their journey type advice?
So I really don't have much advice on that. Especially, we're talking just Valentine's Day here. I kind of would just stick with something simple, something themed as Valentine's. There's bottles out there that are finished specifically in rosé cask. That to me, that screams Valentine's Day vibe. But journey wise, maybe they're not on that journey on finished whiskey. They're not into this brand, or they're not. It could be different. It could be different. Something different for that individual that even though that existed, that's available.
I agree.
True.
So that's kind of step one. I think it's important to understand where they are. Some people are just beginning, right? Some people are deep into the damn rabbit hole, and then you can kind of see, if I was Tushar's spouse and I saw a bunch of river roots, maybe, I can go down that rabbit hole and that theme, and then, but that's the first step in my mind, which I guess you guys all brought up good points. The second step, Tushar did hint on it, is identifying a budget. That is the second step. So you know where they are. Now, what's your budget? Is it, and I broke it into 3 categories. There's $35 to $60, $60 to $85, and then $85 and up. Because I think whiskey can go up and up and up to wherever. Where's the budget lie? Was it Tushar, you said, whiskey related just accessories too, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things a lot of online websites, Buffalo Trace has their own website where I would love a sweater, or I'd love a shirt, something like that. Those things I can rock with. Braydon's hat, those things, right? It's not whiskey, but it's if it's a brand you love, representing something from them, that's something I'd like, you know.
Budget is very important, but so personal that it's harder to again say exactly what I want. But I would say if you're a newbie or you're really experienced or in the middle, all those folks like bourbon. That's the common part. And even if you can't decide a bottle or an accessory, you know, as Max just said, that your spouse or partner is interested in that particular distillery. Find out, go to their website, find out what their events are, what their visitation is. If it's nearby or something that you guys can do, then book up a ticket without telling them. They can do a distillery backdoor tour. That doesn't happen. Maybe sometimes smaller craft distilleries, if you email them and say, hey, I'm doing this, I couldn't figure it out, there might be a nice salesperson behind the computer saying, hey, come on over, let me know, we'll give you a deep tour of this rick house that you haven't seen. Those kind of experiences really help, especially if you're a newbie, to build up and associate more with the hobby. And they'll always be like, yeah, my husband did that, or my wife did that for Valentine's Day. That was pretty cool. I get to go on this distillery. So budget, and that budget, again, that can be just a general ticket to a distillery, which could be in your $35 to $65 range. There could be a special tour like Jim Beam does, where you can have like backside distiller something once a month or something like that. It's $200, but you get to choose from the cast. It could be anywhere in that budget too. But keep in mind that distilleries around you, there are a lot of distilleries, not just Kentucky, who are very happy to have people for Valentine's Day. And most of them do stuff surrounding Valentine's Day.
That's also like, you know, we're thinking about budget. Let's say you are local to Kentucky or something. Let's say Braydon's my significant other and he loves Buffalo Trace, right? They do free tours.
They do free tours.
It's free, and that's an awesome experience. If you plan out a day, you know, go to the free tour, go to they have every day free tastings there. And then you have like a dinner following up. That's a whole day planned around, you know, bourbon in Kentucky, and that could be a great gift.
And again, for Buffalo Trace, sometimes they're very popular. If you didn't know that, Buffalo Trace is very popular. They get booked up. But if you go there and ask them nicely, folks over there are really welcoming. If they understand that you've been here, some people don't show up for their tours. So don't be disheartened if you didn't get it online, you didn't get there. You will get there if you express yourself nicely. I'm sure a lot of these distilleries will be helpful.
The category's kind of odd for me because I'm a low budget fella. So I'm typically that guy, you know, just for my spouse, my wife, you know, it's almost the same thing every year. You know, you buy a rose, or you buy a dozen roses, you buy this. You know, I stick with that theme just because Valentine's Day to me is just not a huge day. You know, it's just another day. So you don't have to make it expensive. You don't have to go buy an expensive bottle. You don't have to go have an expensive dinner. It's a made-up holiday, okay? Over roses and love, and you know, if you probably look at the standard birth, like when people were birthed every year, for 9 months from February 14th, probably the most birthday, right? Budget-wise, it's hard for me to even say because I don't even really want to talk about it. I'm that cheap. Here you go, here's a little gift.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we're talking about bourbon. For me, I want to stick around that Valentine's Day theme.
Yeah.
That roses, the flowers, the chocolate. So,
That makes sense.
and you can do that with bourbon.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Like, you don't have to spend a lot of money, but you with less money or just an intent. The gift is more valuable when there's good intent behind it. Whatever that gift is. You can give her something very expensive and people are like, oh my God, thank you so much. But they might be like, yeah, he had the money or she had the money, that's why they did it. Versus the intent. And like this holiday or like any other, if you're planning for Valentine's Day or somebody's birthday, my recommendation for bourbon related will be the same. Something more personal, something that they will not do by themselves, something that they've been thinking, they've talked to you about a bottle, but they can't because $40 for them seems like too much, or they don't want to risk $40 and be like disappointed. Just do that bottle, or a cocktail, or a bar, or maybe a pour. Take them to a bar and they're like, I really want to try a really expensive pour, but I'm not paying secondary. I'm not going to chase this bottle. You end up at a bar, you saw that bottle and like, hey, this pour is on me. Maybe a $30 pour.
Yeah.
It's the intent. Valentine's Day or no Valentine's Day. If you're gifting someone, gift it through heart. And that could mean just exploring a little bit, listening to that person, and you'll get to it. They're their spouses. They talk to you. So listen to your spouse and you'll get to know what to gift them.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'll say at the same time, budget-wise, you know, if my wife's buying me a bottle, at the same time, I don't want her to buy something for me that she knows I like that she don't like. Because that day, I'm going to open that thing and I want them to enjoy it too.
Yeah, that's a good point. If you both like bourbon, then you can both like justify this purchase that you both were hanging on to. But like, oh, it's too much, or I don't want to do it right now. But you're like, I like it too. She likes it too, or he likes it too. Then buy that and enjoy it together. That could be a gift. Like it's a $70 bottle or a $300 bottle. You both enjoyed, open it, and you had that bottle. And you can do like, hey, every Valentine's Day we'll use the same bottle to have a pour before we do something. It could be a ritual. It could be anything.
Yeah.
Possibilities are
that
endless.
easy. It's that easy. Go out and buy a bottle together. Both enjoy bourbons and bring it back to the house and enjoy some oven pizza. That's what that makes me feel good. You're not out and about flaunting, dressed up, all that stuff, getting, spending a bunch of money for dinner. Go buy a nice bottle. Mutually together, you both put in $40, and the next thing you know, you're buying an $80 bottle, and you're sitting there enjoying it together and having an oven pizza. That's what Valentine's Day means to me. Just that not sentimental, but that one-on-one Valentine's experience, being around with your loved ones.
It reminded me because Braydon, you said you like the theme in it, right? Now, you don't need to have a bourbon, right? You can always go to like Old Forester's website and they do the chocolate Majescas, those little chocolates, right? Chocolate Valentine's Day. Those things are good. Those things are really good. So just little things like that I agree with. I agree with everything everybody said. Moving over to step 3, after you identify a budget, to know where to shop. That's extremely important, I think, to know where to shop. Especially if you're ignorant when it comes to like bourbon sites and all this stuff, because it can get pricey when it doesn't need to get pricey. The one example I had is like, for example, when I first got into bourbon and I can see somebody being a spouse trying to give a gift to somebody in bourbon, sites like El Cerrito and all them that sell these over secondary prices, but you don't know better. I don't know if that ties into like doing research. But that seems like a lot to ask for somebody.
I can add on to that topic, and I was going to say that. So when you think your partner is into bourbon and you want to give them, because this video is about people giving some kind of gift for Valentine's Day related to bourbon. We're not recommending anything else. You're listening to them. They're making you watch a video of a YouTuber. They're making you talk about a whiskey that they really love. They talked about this friend or this Facebook page or whatever. You can do a little bit of research, go back, see their YouTube history, what videos they've watched, which YouTubers they're watching. Through that, you can come down to, okay, these are the recent ones that they have reviewed. They're interested. Where can I find them? And once you find them, as Max said, if you have no idea what the price are, because price could vary from $500 for some bottles to $1,100 for the same bottle on different websites, and you're not sure which is the correct one. Money is not an issue. You don't care whatever it is. Or it's $50 or $65. That's $15 more than you should pay for the bottle if it's $50. Ask somebody around. There are local groups. Go there, meet someone. I'm sure your partners will make you meet some friend who's into bourbon. Get their number, get their Facebook, talk to them and say, this is what we're thinking, and they can guide you much better than our recommendation of the top 5 bourbons and $65 or less, top 5 and $65 and $85, top 5 and $85 and above. Because bourbon is very subjective, it's very personal. We all can have the same bourbon and not like it. We've done it many times. So find that's the cheat code, I would say. And if you feel like that's a lot of work, I don't want to do that, or maybe I don't want to go through that, I'm going to be really surprised. If I do something, they'll really, then cheat. And by mean I'm cheating is just go through their stuff. Look at the stuff that they're doing, they're paying attention to, without making it very obvious. YouTube watch history about bourbon channels is the biggest tell that they can give you.
That's the craziest thing ever. Go through their watch history. If you went through my bourbon watch history, you
exactly. You can see what they're following and where they're going for, and that will give you a lot of things. Even if you can't find anything, you'll be at least at some point, okay, I know something about it. So that's a cheat code, I would say, because I do that with my wife. I love whiskey, as most of my friends know about it, and I love all kinds of whiskey, so it's not just bourbon or Irish or Scotch. And my wife always gets confused. What do I give you if you already can buy something that you want? So for that person who's really deep into whiskey world and can buy anything whenever they feel like the price is right, or this is the best opportunity, or I know where to get that. For those folks, say it out loud. Say it out loud, they'll listen. They are always thinking. They're smart. Trust them. They'll listen. Say, I want to get this, but it's too much, or I don't want to get there in the line to get it to it. Put it out there. It's a gift. Don't worry about what they spent on it. It's a gift. If they're okay there, they've budgeted something for your gift, let them get there. Let them have the fun of giving you something that you really wanted. Give them a little cheat code.
Damn, Tushar.
I agree.
Cheating on Valentine's Day. That's crazy.
See, that's not just, cheat on Valentine's Day. Cheat for Valentine's Day, I think.
Cheat 4. Yeah, there we go.
Cheat for. It's hard, dude. It's hard once you start thinking about it, because if we had a same topic and we realized, oh, what are we gifting our spouses for our Valentine's Day? Every answer would be different. And however we arrive to it is also different. We might have heard something. They might have already told us, like, I want this and it's too much, or I just don't think I can get it. And you're like, oh yeah, I can do that. Don't worry about it. And you secretly got it. Same thing you do it to your spouse. You tell them what you want, and you hopefully tell them something that they can do. Don't go there and say, I want a Pappy 25. Please, somebody can get me Pappy 25. Obviously, don't do that. Don't be that person.
Whoops.
Oops. Leah, he wants Pappy 23. Now she knows.
That was kind of the 3 steps, I thought. So I mean, going back through them again is like understanding where they're at in their journey, identifying a budget, and then knowing where to shop, right? So I think, unless you guys can think of anything else to add to that, like, that's the outline, right? There's different ways to go about it.
I think that's what I would say. It's a very vague idea, but it gives you some direction. Like, I'm not here to tell you what to buy for your spouse. That's not going to work out. I can't say this is the top 5 whiskey in $65 that you should buy. Like, it doesn't work. We can give you recommendation. Choose, listen, think about it. There are a lot of resources, Facebook pages, internet, Instagram, distillery websites, whiskey related stuff. Go through that, put some effort, and you'll get to a really good gift, I'm sure. Yeah. If you're into baking, make some a cake or something with the bourbon they like the most. That's not very expensive. There are so many ideas you can do that you don't have to go to a big liquor store and ask them, oh, I need a gift for my boyfriend, and what should I get? And then they tell you a very mediocre.
Yeah, they're gonna say, what's not selling? This.
Yeah, this is not selling. And then you're like, oh yeah, they really like it. It looks good. There's a story behind it. No, don't do that.
That's why you never ask the store.
Yeah.
There's always some guy. It don't matter what store you go into. There's always some random guy also looking for bourbon for himself. Ask that guy. Don't be shy.
Exactly. Ask that guy.
And give them your price range, and they'll point you in the right direction. Most likely, they'll point you in the right direction, especially if you know what your significant other is already drinking or already serving.
Exactly. And I think that is another really good advice. Just if you're there, if you really want to buy a bottle of bourbon in a big giant store around you or a smaller store, just go there and see the guy who's into bourbon. Like, is he just hovering around a bourbon aisle looking at stuff? Like, hey, just ask them, and I'm sure they'll give you a much better response than a store owner, unless you already know the store owner, and that's a different relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. Unless anybody else had anything else to add to it, that's kind of it.
I think that's yeah.
It's
do all of that, or just give them Pappy 20. That's your best option. Your option 1 is what we all just talked about. Option 2 is spend $2,500 and give them Pappy 20. They'll be very happy.
Yeah.
Just to say, this, for instance, just an idea for people: a bottle under $100, because I think $100 is that line that people either spend over it or they're going to spend under it, depending on their price range. I think that $100 limits create like a good point. Mm-hmm. Is there a bottle that you guys would recommend just for Valentine's Day, just under $100, that you can think of that would be a good one? Just our personal opinions here.
I'm gonna follow up that with another thing too. So wait, we might as well just do it now. So while we're thinking of that, I'm gonna shoot it back to Braydon. What is something, again, this is you, right? It doesn't have to be, the answer. What is something you do not want to be gifted for Valentine's Day? Personal to Braydon, personal to Max, personal to Tushar. Like, as, maybe it provides them some more. So something, $100 bottle or under, and then something you would not like to be gifted for Valentine's Day. Malort, there you go. That's one of them.
I would not like to be gifted, because that's my personal thing, any more glassware. I have a lot of glassware. I don't want more glassware related to Valentine's Day, some different glass. I'm very happy if somebody gives, my wife does that. I'm not going to complain. It's still a gift and I love her. But I would be like, we don't have space.
Yeah.
A bottle, $100 or less, depending on, I'll go with a legacy distillery because I don't want to go with more niche, crafty stuff that could go regional. If I'm saying that, I would say if they have started drinking more higher proof bourbons, then give them a Jack Daniel's barrel proof. Give them a Jack Daniel's barrel proof. If you're starting too into that, that will open up a lot of their, it's gonna be like, oh my God, I can't drink this. And the more they drink it, the more they start enjoying it. It's available everywhere. Give them if that's not the case, then go to a local liquor store and they have done a pick, which is less than $100. Talk to the owner, what their picks are, and give them one of the picks. Because I'm sure it's harder sometimes when you're a newbie to buy a bottle of bourbon, which is a store pick that you don't know of, and that's like $89-$90. So that would be my two answers to those questions.
On the glassware, that could be something you can get a customized Glen for your significant other. Yeah, you're going to spend probably that $40-$50, but maybe they don't have the Glen that everybody talks about. They're just that new in the bourbon, they don't have a Glen. Or something simple like that, that'd be a great idea. And maybe a cheaper bottle.
What's the bottle? What's your bottle, Braydon?
I have a bottle in mind. Like I said, I was sticking with Valentine's Day theme. I think this bottle is available I'm not going to say most places. It's kind of not, but it is available. I think you see it, it's there, and it's gone. But sticking with the theme, I was talking about this earlier. I'm going to go with the Penelope Rosé cask. And my opinion on this bottle is not the best, but it can be for that person, especially a newbie. It's a very low proof, and it's finished in a rosé wine cask. And maybe the person who even buying it, your wife or whomever, maybe they enjoy that wine finish. They could sit there and enjoy it. But that theme, that rosé, the presentation on Valentine's Day for me it's pretty big too. You can buy a $2 gift and you can present it, make it phenomenal, right? Mm-hmm. But for me, it's gonna be this rosé cask. It's that Valentine's Day theme. It's finished in the wine cask. I think both people can enjoy it. It's an easy sipper. It ain't nothing. But at the same time, if you're gifting this bottle and your person hates it, they're still gonna tell you they love it. It doesn't matter what. You know what I mean?
That's true. I'm not gonna tell Natalie a bottle sucks if she got me for Valentine's Day,
right?
Even if it,
And at the back of your mind, you didn't pay for it. Now it might have came out of the same bank account, but you didn't pay for it.
What is your second option if they can't find that one?
I would go legacy, more available. Man, I don't know. It's hard for being available like local here.
Yeah,
I would go with a craft distillery of some sort that's local to you because it's different. It's not legacy. I don't want to say legacy. I want to say something craftiness that they never. Most likely, if you're new into it or even been to, you might not even been to this low key craft place that's making their own juice. That's something different you have in your bar. It's something if you have friends come over, you can both sip and give your opinion on it. And it's a gift. That's all. It's just a gift. Just a craft distillery in your local area. Because I think anywhere you go, somebody's making bourbon of some sort.
Matt, what about you?
I'm gonna do best of both worlds here. Now he said he wants a theme, and then also I want legacy. So I'm going Four Roses. Four Roses, store pick.
Oh, baby!
That's what I'm doing. And then, those store picks are good, and they're always different. All these different recipes and stuff. So I'd find something different. I'd probably like it. But I never said what I wouldn't like. I think if your person is deep into whiskey, and you'll know if they use these. You know if they don't use these. I don't want whiskey rocks. That's one thing I wouldn't want. Don't give me that
shit.
Don't give me that. They won't get used.
I agree
too. I don't want whiskey rock. I don't want a weird glass that has like different levels of filling and it comes out looking differently. I'm good. I appreciate. I'm good.
Yeah.
Mostly those things cost a lot, and when I realized that that's what it is, I can't say anything bad because it's a gift from someone special, and then you're like, oh, what to do with it now? I can't do anything about it. Yeah. So glasses, unless they're really big into glasses more than bourbon, then yes, do glasses. Otherwise, stay away from glass. Stay away from glasses.
Yeah, that's a good point though, Max. No rocks. No
ranch.
none of that.
I'm the
I
person.
mean, the amount of like stuff that's in the freezer right now. Like, I got frozen pew ammo, you know, that or for ice.
Oh shit.
You know, you can just freeze them and it's an ice. You know, granted, that's still at the same time that person can enjoy bourbon, but maybe they like it cold. But for us, I agree. I don't want that shit.
I'm always doing the opposite. I'm always
saying that
warming it up.
those rocks actually don't work that well. If you really want to have whiskey on the ice, give them a big ice maker or something that is like solid ice. One large cube. Four Roses does a small ice mold, which is actually like a rose. And they give it on their gift shop for free. Something like that is much. I will take that over rock on like those rocks that are done for that. Like, they don't work, dude. You can store them in your freezer for 5 fucking months. They still don't work. They don't do anything. If you're really wanting and they're really into on the ice, one big rock, they like whiskey that's completely fine. That's awesome. Just do something differently there.
Like, yeah, that's cool.
Well, that's it. I mean, I got nothing else.
See you next time.
Yeah. There you go. See you guys next time.
Cheers.